that's a really awesome slide there.
Nice. I did a good job.
I think this one's probably one of your best ones. I don't know if they can hear us or not.
I don't know either because it's not video. They may be able to hear it, so we'll just be quiet. Finally found a way to silence me, Brad Baumruck. Welcome everybody to the ref room. Let me get this music off for you. Yeah, oh, look at that. It stopped almost perfectly. Almost perfectly on time. I am Scott Smokin Silz, and I am joined by our referee-in-chief, Mr. Brad Baumruck from the Chicagoland area. And today our topic is, I want to become a referee. And yes, there's a lot of seminars already started and a lot of stuff going on, so we are going to catch everybody up today. If you're interested in becoming a referee, we're going to walk you through the process of doing it. We're going to talk about it. We have people here. Well, Brad obviously is from Iowa and represents AHI and all that good stuff. And I think Joe Prescott has sent me some information which will help with one of the other organizations that schedules referees and actually has a lot of the games that we'll be eligible to work because they will have a lot of the might games throughout the season. And that's kind of where you want to start. And of course, we'll tell you like how to get a mentor, how to get some help out there, how to get through the seminar, what's expected of you, and all that good stuff. So I'm going to kick it over to Brad. I'm going to let you get us started today, Brad. And we'll show people a couple websites and all kinds of good stuff.
Yeah, I mean, number one is if you're thinking about becoming a referee, absolutely do it. You know, it's one of those things, you know, look at Scott and myself, radio DJ, and, you know, I work in a totally unrelated field, and we're friends, and it's not because, you know, our work or how we see each other around, you know, the
not because he gave me a penalty on the ice, that's for sure. Or he waved an icing in my men's league game at 11:30 at night.
If that was somebody else that caused you to ref, stop it. But anyways, so like it just it's a unique family, you know, and I think that's the biggest thing that I truly found the best about it. I mean, I have friends across the entire country, and when you do, reach a different level, you do end up formulating those friendships. But also at the local level, a lot of people that I do business with, like if I need something done at my house, or I need my car fixed, or I always try to reach out to somebody in hockey to see if somebody knows somebody. And the officiating world has this vast, unique relationship of so many different employees. We have lawyers, judges, and electricians and we're all equals on that ice surface together. So it's quite an amazing
DJs.
thing.
We have DJs, yes.
we have all kinds of walks of life, and it's kind of interesting to talk with these people and learn different things about what goes on in our cities too. Like Scott tells me all this stuff that's going on downtown that I have no idea half the time. And it's thrilling to find that out and get to know my city a little bit better, which sounds even crazier. It is Chicago, but I love Chicago still. So
Chicago's a big area. If you're not from Chicago, we say Chicago, but it's Chicago. Chicago's huge, and then the suburbs are even bigger than that. So but
I'm about
so we're going to kind
miles out of the city.
Yeah, we're going to kind of walk everybody through the process. We're going to show you some stuff that's local, but this will apply for national too. So if you're not in the Chicagoland area and you want to be a referee, you can follow us because we will take you to the appropriate websites and show you what needs to be done and all the things that you will have to do. The only main difference will be the seminar that you will have to attend will need to probably be in your local market or through USA Hockey. Am I correct on that, Brad? So that's kind of regional now. It's not just like jump on with anybody, but that may change. A lot of things are still subject to change since it's kind of early in the season, and some things are still being adjusted and all that good stuff. But we are underway. I had the pleasure of working with some level ones this past weekend at Mount Prospect Ice Arena, and we had a great crew out there. Brett and Scott Gaffney, Ronnie Coletta, they did the classroom. They did a great job. Brett, I don't know how you find all the time to do what you do for hockey. I know you got a real job, but, really they knocked it out of the park. So if you were fortunate enough to attend that seminar, you really learned a lot. Not only in the classroom, you got a lot on the ice as well. So there are some great drills that you'll be exposed to. And, things that are as basic as everybody thinks. It's really easy to drop a puck. If you're not a referee, take this down. Right now, I'm going to tell you, you think it's easy to drop the puck. Go to the seminar and find out how easy it is, okay? It's not easy. You'll be like, dropping the puck's not easy? Trust me. Just mark this, put it in the back of your head, and bookmark it for future reference. But it is true. And, when I started out, I was fortunate. I had a guy that was an NHL linesman that was at the seminar because there was a lockout period or a strike, whatever it was. And sure enough, he was there. He taught me a lot of things. Taught me how to keep the back of my pants out of the back of my skates. Taught me how to put a puck down. I mean, little things that you don't even think about or you take for granted. So there's a lot of great people that put a lot of time and effort into doing this. And, you're going to meet some great people. That's all I can say. So,
the one thing, Scott, with dropping the puck, as complicated as it is, when you see somebody like me do it right in front of you, it gets discouraging. I promise, we're not trying to discourage you. We're just trying to help you. So, when you do go to the seminars, be open. You're going to learn a lot. And guess what? I'll tell you this. You're probably only going to remember 10 things from the 8 hours that you do with your virtual and your in-person. So don't worry about remembering everything. Do the best you can. And guess what? It's on-the-job training after that. It never turned back.
It's a lot of experience, folks. It's experience makes you a better official. That's why I know you all want to go out there and think you can just jump right on that Bantam AAA game and everything will be fine. But trust me, it doesn't work that way. You need some of those mite games. You need some of those squirt games. You need some of those house league coaches working you over. You need some of those midget Nihil games or midget house games that will teach you how to do paperwork. Little things like that. And, it's a growing process. It's, you're always going to be improving and getting better. And again, until you experience a situation, you may not remember it. But trust me, once you experience that situation once, you won't forget it. And that's really what it comes down to. And that's why the people that have all the experience tend to be working a lot of those really good games, because they've been put in that position before and they understand what to do at that point. Brad, are you sleeping on us? Are you nodding off there?
I don't know what it is. I have no problem.
I talk, your eyes close, you go to sleep on me or what?
I get on here with you, and then all of a sudden, we're going to have internet issues.
Absolutely.
Scott, 25 seasons I'll be doing this year. This will be my 25th year.
My screen just went off.
Oh, okay. So now it's my technical stuff. But anyways, for 25 years I've been doing this. I've seen a lot of situations and a lot of things. And, I had one last year that I've never seen before. I had a puck shoot up. Scott, did you freeze now?
No, I have literally, last week the screen flashed on me when we were doing the show. There it comes. Now it's back up. That's really weird. Well, I think this monitor, I don't know, maybe I'm starting to have problems with this one. Anyway, sorry about that.
Well, anyway, so that's all right. So I'm out on the ice and the puck shoots up, right? And the boards are, the plastic fiberglass stuff or whatever the heck it is, right? I don't know what it's actually made of, polyurethane or whatever. And the screw right there, right? The puck somehow froze on the side of the boards. Like
what? Like flat?
To the side of the boards, flat.
I've never seen. Never seen that
before. Never seen it before in all the years that I've been playing. Nothing. And what was funny about it is the players just looked at it and stopped. So I hit the whistle and I skated over and I'm like, "What? You guys have never seen a puck on the boards before?" And I went and I knocked it off. And I'm like, I should have went and got my phone and taken a photo of this because it was.
Yeah.
It was
I've
really
never seen that
out there. And
yeah.
Well, then my partner comes over and he's like, the line, because it's lines on that and it's a 4 official crew. And he goes, "Where do you want me to drop the puck?" I'm like, "Well, it's last play.
Last play face-off.
The defensive team, that's the last play face-off." I go, he's like, "Yeah, but the team on the offense, was the one that put it up there." And I'm like, "No, we're going to keep it down there. I don't think that's the spirit of the rule here." I go, we're not.
You're not getting a neutral zone face-off. Coaches will be working on that in practice. Now, guys, let's shoot the puck at the boards, get it to stick, and we can get a neutral zone face-off.
Well, and what's funny about it is I'm not talking on the top of the dasher. I'm talking stuck up against the wall. It was the weirdest thing I've ever seen before. I'll probably never see it again. But boy, it was like, all right, there's another new one for the book. So, you do gain that experience as you go. So let's get into registering for USA. What do you think? Sounds good.
Let's do it. So we're going to start. You want to start with the USA Hockey site, and we are going to go there. Hopefully, you guys can all follow along with us on this. So this is the homepage of usahockey.com. usahockey.com. Okay, and we're going to go up here in the top right now. Unfortunately, I don't have a little highlight mouse that can show you where we're going, but we're up in the top right. And real simple.
That big red box.
See this big red button that says register now. Boom. Going to hit that. And it may take a second because we're online. Are you 18 years of age or older? Well, I am, just barely. So I'm going to click this. Just barely. Okay, what type of member are you registering? Now, I actually want to cover this real quickly. We've got player coach, we've got manager volunteer, and we've got official referee. For some of you guys that play hockey or you coach, you may already have a USA Hockey number. Great. It works for players and coaches, the same number. But you will not have the same number if you want to be a referee. You are going to have to register again. So it may mean a second registration for you. You have one registration as a player or as a player and a coach or coach, whatever the case may be, but you're going to have to register again with USA Hockey as an official. So let's hit the official.
Scott,
and I'm going to tell you right now, this is like 2-point type for me, so I can't even see it. So I'm going to have to really squeeze in here.
You can rely on me. But Scott,
what type of member are you registering? Okay. I understand.
Scott.
I agree. And I'm going to click new here.
Scott.
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
All right. So one thing that I want to cover is, because you brought up the two the two membership registrations. The reason that it's a separate number and it's two registrations is they are different USA Hockey insurance policies. That is the reason why the officiating side has a greater risk of facial injury, and we also do carry dental as well on the
Yeah.
policy. So we do have to pay a different registration because it is a different situation.
And I'm glad I learned that just from you a couple weeks ago. I had no idea. I was always like, why do we have to do it twice? The coaches don't have. But honestly, it totally makes sense now. And I'm glad you've shared that with everyone that they understand why. All right, so I'm going to hit register for myself. It's pretty self-explanatory. Are you a returning official? Do you want me to hit no or yes on this one? Because
no, because we are doing level ones.
Okay, so I'm going to hit no, and here we go. And again, it's going to take a second because this is all tied to the internet, folks. Oh, look at this. The video's not going to show. I will tell you that right now. So I'm just going to click next. If we have to show videos, we have to bring them up ourselves.
Before you get started, here are some of the qualities that are important to being a successful official.
Scott, exit it.
Great.
Because we
Integrity.
can't. You can't go any further.
Knowledge of the game and basic rules.
All right.
So what would happen next is you would go to the personal information side. So your name, your phone number, your email address. Make sure when you enter into your USA Hockey name, if you enter Brad, your middle initial, Baumruck, okay, when you go to your local areas to do stuff, you will have to re-register with them in their own stuff if they need it. Some places don't, but some do. Brad, middle initial, Baumruck. If you only put Brad Baumruck, you're fine. Then with your local, you may have to register under Brad Baumruck. If you stick that middle initial in either one and not the other one, it'll never find you.
Okay, good tip.
So,
really good tip.
Just so you know. Also, make sure that when you give a email address, it's an email address that you want to use, that you're going to check often, because there are things that come out to that email address that are important. And then also, once you get your USA Hockey registration, you'll get your first email from them. Make sure that your filter on your email doesn't send those to spam. If they send it to spam once, they're going to keep doing it. You need to make sure and turn that off, because all your registration links for your virtual stuff will be sent to you through that email address. All your local stuff might be sent to you through that email address. So make sure that you have that email address and you monitor it.
Yeah, best thing is to probably just add those as contacts into your phone, and that will usually help you get through spam. That's how I get mine. I've actually turned on, because I've had that problem before where I may have worked a season and all of a sudden emails aren't coming through. So one of the tricks is to favorite them. Make them a favorite, because that will show like all hours of the day or night. Because if you do decide to become an official and you're working, they have these things when you're looking for games. You've got the website, which we're going to walk you through, but you're also going to have chances where there's TBAs where they send something out to you and it's an email for you to go in and try to select games that have become available or have become available last minute. And you're going to need to be able to get to those. So I recommend that you don't have any kind of thing that says turn my phone off from 10 o'clock at night till 6 o'clock in the morning or whatever. Favorite them so that they can get through to you. And with that being said, where do you want to go now on this?
I would definitely go, I think, to our local stuff, and then we'll cover what the comments are showing in there. I know you saw them come in. So
all right, so we're going to switch to USA Hockey. Why is this? I'm sorry, Iowa. There we go. All right, so here we are at Iowa, and you're going to walk me through where you want me to go, because, again, I can barely see this stuff.
So you're going to go to registration at the top there. It's the second one from...
You want how to register, or you want seminars?
View seminars.
Okay, seminars.
Okay, this will bring you to all the available seminars that we have in the Illinois area that are local, 1s, 2s, 3s, and 4s. This part of IHOA, only for level 1s, will get you the credit for your on-ice portion and your in portion of the classrooms. You will have to register separately for another seminar through USA Hockey. After you've registered and you're able to access how to register for a seminar, for a national level 1 seminar. Currently, as of August 14th, 2023, I went back in time.
You're showing your age.
2023, there are no virtual seminars from USA Hockey. They are having some issues with getting these launched for it to report to everybody and make sure that the locals and them can communicate so that all your stuff is done at once. They are working on it. I don't have any other updates other than that, but they are working on it. They are going to plan to launch these hopefully very, very soon. It sounds like they're coming close to a resolution.
Yeah, and either way, it's going to get done. Whether it's USA Hockey or us at IHOA getting it done for you, you're going to get a level 1 seminar. You're going to be able to officiate. So, get registered and get what you can done, because what are some of the requirements in addition to the registration? So if you are over 18, you're going to have to take Safe Sport. And Safe Sport's going to take you probably 2 to 3 hours to complete. So it's something you can start on pretty much right away after you register if you're 18 and over. If you're turning 18 this season. But if you're under 18, you don't have to take that.
Scott.
Yeah.
Birth year starting 2006. If you're in 2006 this year or older, okay, you have to take Safe Sport, and you will also have to do a national background check, which is good for 2 seasons.
Right. And that takes a few days, folks, just so you know. The background check will take you a few days. So don't think you're going to register today and ref tomorrow. It's not going to happen.
Well, and I'll tell you right with the background checks, because everybody's going back to school. Football's registering.
Right.
Basketball's registering. Everybody uses the same background check company. So guess what? They're inundated with it if it was done like I did mine in, I think, June. When USA first opened theirs, I did mine, and it was back to me within 24 hours. But right now, it's about a week. So don't be shocked. So after you get into the IHOA here and look at a seminar that you want, you'll scroll down all the way, Scott. And you'll click the Register with IHOA, the big red button again.
There you go.
All right, so it's going to bring you to this screen. On the orange box on the IHOA side, after you've registered for USA Hockey, you'll click the little blue link that's now purple because we clicked it earlier, Scott, in the IHOA box. So this will bring you over to the system that we use to register for officiating, and then also where we can request games as well. So the only thing is if you've registered for USA Hockey right now at 5:56 p.m. on the 14th, we're not going to get your information into this site for at least 24 hours. You will not be able to register with IHOA at that point.
Now, here are some of the seminars. Now, are the grayed out ones, these are the ones that are already completed?
Completed.
Yeah.
Correct.
So as you can see, we didn't just start this today, okay, folks? So, it's not too late to get in, but you don't want to wait much longer. The season really gets underway in September for the most part, with, craziness beginning in like October. But, from October till the end of May, we are very busy here, at least in Illinois. It is rocking and rolling. You'll get a couple weeks down, maybe, towards the end of March when all the playoffs are going on, and then it picks right back up in April. April and May, you get some spring leagues and all kinds of good stuff. And in the summer, there's tournaments. So, I mean, you can ref year-round, okay? If you want to do this as a, part-time gig, it's great. You get to pick your own hours. Let's talk about the costs. As a level 1, the expenses, Brad, the fee for USA Hockey is?
$45.
Ding, ding, ding. That's correct. IHOA for $50 now.
Compared to 2, 3s, and 4s, in USA Hockey, we all pay $110.
Right. And then we have IHOA dues, which is your local organization. It may be different depending on what community you're in. But if you're in Illinois, level 1s pay $45. Is that correct?
No. So everybody's registration and their dues is $25.
Oh,
level
$25.
1, 2, 3, and 4.
Okay.
But at at the seminar, you are given a whistle. So you have to pay that whistle cost to us, which is $15. The whistles that we give out, you can't find them for less than $24.99 online. So we're already saving you the trouble of getting the wrong whistle or getting one that sounds wrong or looks wrong. Like, you can't wear one with a lanyard. It's got to be on your fingers. So we eliminate that process. Plus, we found the people that we give whistles to tend to officiate. If they don't get a whistle, guess what a lot of people do? They wait until they're like, oh, I'll get around to buying that whistle. And then all of a sudden it's December and then they want to ref. Well, they already missed 3/4 of the season.
Yeah.
So,
a couple,
what you would do.
Just a couple things with regard to that. If you're going to jump into this, please jump into it. Get started early. Don't wait until it's almost playoff season and your team's been eliminated and now you want to start reffing, because there's nobody to help you at that point. All the people that are going to teach you are going to be working playoff games. So you need to jump in now. Now is a good time. It's not crazy busy. There's people that are available to help you, and you can learn, and it gives you some time to get some experience. So what you're going to need at a seminar, if you show up to a seminar, obviously you have to have skates. You need to have a helmet. You need to have a visor, but a cage is acceptable for the seminar. You won't be able to ref with a cage. So you're going to need the helmet. You're going to need the visor. You're going to need the jersey. Do you need the sweater to start off at the seminar? No, you can show up, put a tracksuit on or something. You'll be fine. But to start reffing, you're going to need the sweater. So you've got some investment there with regards to the gear you're going to need. And I highly, highly recommend protective equipment. And I know a lot of you young guys think, oh, no big deal. I don't need elbow pads. I don't need shin pads. But guess what? Those little kids will whack you in the shins as hard as they can. They'll take like a slap shot at that puck at the face-off. And guess what? They're not getting anywhere near that puck. All they're getting is your knees or your shins. And if you take a tumble, somebody gets under you. These are little kids. They get underneath you and you go down. You can have a really serious elbow injury that can affect you for the rest of your life. So put some elbow pads on, okay? Show up at least with shin pads and elbow pads. And, of course, you have to have the helmet and the shield. And that's my PSA on that.
Yeah, well, with your PSA, I just want to give you some notice of your fallacy there. So you do need a visor to attend an Illinois seminar. We don't accept cages on the ice. So they do need to purchase a visor beforehand.
Really?
Yes.
Okay. There you have it from the referee in chief.
And then after you have fully been registered, okay, now what? Everybody's like, okay, I'm registered for USA Hockey. I'm registered for IHOA. Well, here comes the fun part. You'll get your registration details, which will be sent to you real quick in a PDF. There's not that much in there. Our registrar will send you out a notice of what's going to happen, where your seminar is. He'll send you out a reminder, and he also offers you, if you have questions, to send them back to him. So what'll happen is you'll have to complete your in-person seminar, which is locally done. So we have a classroom for 2.5 hours, and then ice, which is generally an hour to an hour and a half. It depends on the facility that we're at and what they have that they can supply us with. We do get you on the ice. You will have to move, like Scott said. Tracksuit is fine. We definitely want you to wear long pants as well. It's a safety issue, exposed skin, just like the players on the ice. Don't want anything exposed. When we referee, we don't referee in shorts. So we'll have you get out there to the ice. You'll get through all your local stuff online, and then you also will have to complete your virtual seminar with USA Hockey, which is 4 hours, which they will be the ones that conduct that. They will also send you out Zoom link. They'll take care of all that. If you have any questions, you can contact them once you're able to register for those. Unfortunately, again, they haven't gotten anything out there. After you're complete, though, when you go in, there are online modules. They are not required for level 1s. The in-person and the virtual are completing your online modules. I'm going to highly, highly, highly suggest, with the utmost of importance, I know that's crazy, but Complete those modules that are in there. Yes, it's stuff you already watched. Yes, you may have caught 1 second of it, but those modules have a lot of good things in them. Use them. They're there. They make referees better. They're there for a reason.
And they stay there all year. You can go back to them. You know, you can go back and do a little refresher course. Let's say a month passes before you actually are going to go ref. Go back to the modules and look at them. They will help you with positioning and, you know, little basics, offsides, icing, penalty calls, all the things that you think you're an expert at. But trust me, it's a learning experience. So the stuff is there.
And then after that, you got to take your open book test. Okay? It's 50 questions, and it's open book for a reason. It's to get you into the book. You're not always going to find the right answer, but you're going to read something that wasn't the right answer, and guess what? You may remember it. So we highly advise that you take that test, open up the book. You're going to need it because you're going to need that rule book, like we always say. I can protect you from you enforcing the rules to the best of your ability. So if you know those rules, guess what? You're already 10 steps ahead of everybody else coming out of the gate.
Yep. Knowledge is power out there. Trust me. If you know the rule and you can recite it back to somebody in a situation, pretty much that ends the conversation. So know that. All right. With that being said, I do want to welcome all the people that are watching, and then I want to shoot over. I know Joe Prescott is watching, and Joe sent us some information that I do want to share with you, because not only do we have USA Hockey and IHOA, but we also have the CUHL, and that is like a youth organization here in Chicagoland, designed for mostly mite games. And it is a really good place for you to go to work games as you're starting out. It's going to get you experience. They have games. They pay pretty well. All the things that you want to know. And I'm going to explain that. But let's first say hello to a few people, answer some questions, and then we'll come back and go that way. So first of all, Joe, thanks, Joe, for checking us out. Says, hello, if you're new, tell us where you're... Oh, that's good. That's me.
Yeah,
all right.
Read your own.
Jay, my son took the CUHL tryout yesterday. This is what we're talking about for reffing, and I was very impressed with the quality of teaching. It's even better that they don't take every single new person because they want to make sure, and it looks like he's got a part two maybe, make sure that they have a huge quality of officiating for the mites and not just an oversupply of underqualified refs. Okay, and he also says... let's see. I wish USA did the same thing to spare the very weak level ones whose parents shouldn't probably have to spend, here we go, $300 for their kid to do 5 games all year. Yeah. Mark Bialco says, look at the casebook examples. Let me see if I can center this so you guys can see it a little better.
Going back to the open book test.
There we go. Yeah. And then, I don't know what this is. Karen says, hand pink waving. Okay. I'm glad you know what that meant.
What it is.
Okay.
I got it.
Very cool. All right. So with that being said, and I told you about this other organization, if you're going to USA Hockey, there is a cost to doing that. You're going to have to pay for joining USA Hockey to be insured and covered. You're going to have to join IHOA. We assume that you're coming into reffing and that you're going to do all this work so that you'll want to become an official and that you will stay with it. And believe me, IHOA, the members of IHOA will help you. If you pay this money and you register and you need some help with something, you can reach out. We will get you some help. I can guarantee that. Am I right, Brad? Somebody will help you. If you're stuck somewhere or you're just having trouble getting through some of the material, reach out. We'll find somebody, find a way to help you get to the finish line. I will tell you, it's a lot of work. It's a little overwhelming when you first see everything. It seems like, oh my gosh, you got to be kidding. And I'm going to tell you my personal experience from probably 20 years ago. I sent the fee in, and I got this book back that's like this thick. And then I got this test that was like, this is not easy. And it was like, okay, yeah, I'll get to that in 20 years. And that's pretty much where it stayed for 20 years until somebody pushed me that was a referee that I played hockey with. He's like, come on, man, we're going to do this. You're going to be good at it. We'll get you taken care of. And that really helped me, like, okay, do a module. Let's do this. And, you know, you get through it. It's a couple days worth of work at the end of the day, but, it was very much worthwhile doing, okay? That's been my personal experience, as we talked about earlier. So if you need help, we'll get it for you. And with that being said, let's switch over here because I want to show you the Chicago United Hockey League, which is the CUHL that we were referring to. They have a way for you to go and try refereeing basically for free, okay? And we say for free, I think you pay a small seminar fee maybe, like for the ice time and for the people there. I'm not sure. Joe can probably put something in the comments.
Yeah, I would say have Joe put it in there.
Yeah. But they have a program, and they've already there's 2 sessions that remain with open registration because they've already filled up most of their sessions, and they've already completed a bunch of them. So they said, we offered 8 sessions at various locations around the Chicago metro area. We have completed 3 of them. 3 of them are already fully registered, and there are 2 sessions with a few openings remaining. So as of today, okay, that's subject to change. The member organizations of our league donate ice time in classrooms, and our instructors donate their time so that we're able to offer these educational sessions at no charge to the families in our community. So maybe there isn't even a fee to go. But I will tell you, you are not guaranteed that you will become a referee. They actually cut people, which I think is a brilliant idea. So they'll be honest with you. They will give you some feedback, what you need to work on, what you need to do in order to be able to come back in. You know, not that they don't want you. They certainly want you, just like we want you. But they will give you the feedback that you need if you're not quite ready for this. Because again, remember, you only have to be 12 years of age to start doing this. And it is a commitment from the parents if you're 12 years of age, because they've got to get you to the games probably. They have to go through the emails. You have to request the games, all this stuff. There's lots of stuff that goes into us. And please, if you do decide to do it, take it seriously. You know, even, a mite game on the ice. The ice is $600 an hour, gang. Okay? They probably have more than an hour's worth of ice. It's $600 an hour. They got to pay a couple referees. I think the beginner referees in the mites, as of right now, it's like $35 a person. That's another $70. That's $670. That doesn't count the gas. That doesn't count the practices. Doesn't count the equipment. There is a lot that has been put into this for these players to play a game. So if you're going to do this, know that you have a huge responsibility leading up to it, getting there on time, and doing the job. And when I say getting there on time, it doesn't mean that the ice time is at 7 o'clock and you're going to show up at 6:58 because all I have to do is throw my skates on. You need to be there a half hour before your game. Minimum half hour before your game. Okay? You need to have a conversation with your partner so you're on the same page as to what you're doing and your strategy out there. You're a team. So these are all things that are very important if you're going to do this. So to get more information for Chicago United Hockey League, here's their website, which you'll find here, chicagounitedhockey.com. And then, Joe Prescott is the person that's been in charge of all the education, along with, I believe, Bob McPherson. So Joe says, thank you, Mr. Sidney. The Chicago United Hockey League is following the history of officiating organizations in the 1960s and 70s. So I think what he's trying to say is they're going back and doing this the old school way. It's more of a hands-on approach, more of you're going to get feedback. You're not just going to put your money in, show up, and either, you'll get games and then you get weeded out. Like they're going to tell you right now, probably not for you, or at least not at this point in time until you can develop the following skills. And correct me if I'm wrong on that, Joe.
The one thing that you're forgetting about the CUHL is you do have to join AAU as a member.
Okay, so there is a cost to that. But I'm assuming that if you get to that point, you're going to get some games. They've more or less approved you into their system to get you some games, to get you started. I believe they have some mentors that go out and help new level ones just like we do. So if Ihoa puts you on some games, you can get a mentor. And a mentor is somebody that will shadow you during the course of the game. So they will actually be out there in like all black. And if necessary, they will blow their whistle or make a penalty call if it was, obvious, dangerous, and you guys just totally missed it. So they will be there to help you. They will help you with where to stand, where to go, what to do. But it's a big learning experience in a very, very short period of time. You may get 1 or 2 games that you get a mentor because maybe you got 2 games in a row, hopefully. So, you can work on some different things. You can ask questions. But believe me, after you get past that and you go out and do your first games by yourself, the officials are happy to help you. Any questions, come with your questions. Show up early. Plan to stay a little late. But your partner will probably be more than happy to help you in any of the areas that you feel you're just not comfortable with and you want to get better at. So, that's the beauty of the officiating community. And then with that being said, Canada limited registrations to those who qualified up until 15 years ago. Illinois did the same up until 1975. So there you have a little history on that. And he says, the last organization that followed this tryout procedure in the United States was the Dallas Group. They may still do this. I know they did in 2014, the last time I was down there. Okay, well, it's 10 years, 9 years. So things have changed, and
I don't know anything
so much
about
with
that.
so much with Zoom and internet and all that good stuff. It's just the way it is. So I can tell you that if you show up at one of their seminars, you're going to learn a lot of stuff because Joe is very knowledgeable, and he's got great staffs there that will help you with more knowledgeable officials. And either way, whichever way you decide you want to go, it's a great opportunity. It's a great experience. Even if you're a player and you know the rules better and you understand the rules, it's a big advantage over your opponents or your teammates that don't know the rules, because trust me, I know they think they do, but you'll find out that they really don't. So I guess that's the best way to put it. All right. With that being said, what else do we want to cover with regard to all this good stuff today that we're...
I think that is it. I think the biggest thing is if you're interested in refereeing, ask a referee if you're not sure about it. Yeah. They'll tell you. They'll straight up tell you like what what they're into. I mean, the things that they've encountered. I mean, you're gonna see some crazy stuff. Be ready for that. You're gonna get yelled at. Be ready for that. You're gonna hear probably people say things to you that you would never say to another human being, or the dead cat on the side of the road that you hit with your car, that wrecked your car. But you're gonna have stuff happen, and I'll state this: they are isolated incidents. Okay,
it's an emotional game that we are involved in. It's highly energetic. It's not for everybody. If you're an alpha dog, you probably stand a better chance than if you're a passive type person and you're shy and quiet. Probably not the spot to be in. Okay, a little personality helps. Being able to have a conversation, and I get it. You're 12 years old. You're 14 years old. It's kind of tough to go up to some 40-year-old man that's screaming because he's just so emotionally involved in the game, and now you got to set him straight. You got to be like, dude, here's the rule. He's like, really? Oh, okay. You know what you're doing.
Hopefully.
But here's the thing. They also don't know, hey, this is your 4th game you ever officiated, or it's your 10th game you've ever officiated, or it's your 2nd game or 1st game that you don't have a mentor on the ice. And, I think if, you communicate with them properly, I'm pretty sure that they will help you through it too, because they need referees to do their games, and they know it. So, getting you started the right way, they want to help you too. The coaches will go out of their way and bend over backwards to be as accommodating as they possibly can.
They want to help you. They want to help you change your decision. Just think about it that way, right? No. There's a lot of great coaches out there that are willing to help, and you'd be shocked, especially at like the mites and the squirt levels, how many of the coaches coach like a squirt team, but yet they're coaching like one of our top, high school teams or a Mike team, and they're the same people. And trust me, they see the difference between the new level 1 referee and the guy that's been there for 25 years that's worked, everything possible in the state. They do understand, and those guys are the best. And I'm not going to name drop anybody, but there are like 5 or 6 that I know personally that are just awesome individuals, and they are more than accommodating, like you say. So,
and honestly, at that level, they're there to develop their players. Yeah, they're into the game just because they're hockey people. They're into the game, and they may be trying to help you. Like, they may be trying to coach you a little bit into the liking what they like or don't like, but they're there to make their players better. And yeah, they do pay attention to what's going on in the game, but they're not really going to lose their mind if you miss an icing.
We hope.
But they might explain it to you, why that should have been an icing or should not have been an icing. But that's to try to help you, hopefully, that they're not just, complaining to complain. So, listen, you never know what you're getting. Just remember this. Every call makes somebody happy. Half the building liked the call. The other half of the building didn't like the call. So, unfortunately, the people that like the call are not going to come over and pat you on the back and compliment you while the other half is not happy with you.
Well, one thing, Scott, too, is you never know who's going to be in the building.
That's for sure.
My kids play, and they're young. They're very young. You would not know that I am affiliated with hockey the entire time that I'm there. I am ultimately dad. I've walked in to where my kids are playing, and there's tournaments at, higher levels that I've refereed to coaches, and, they have, like, league representatives there, and they're like, what are you doing here dressed like that? I'm like, I'm dad. Yeah. Like, well, can we ask you about this? No, I'm dad. I'm not doing this today. I'm dad. I'm going to go hang out with the dads, okay? So, but we do take note of it, and people do see, and you know what? When people start to get found refereeing lower levels of hockey and move up, and a lot of the time it's somebody saw you and somebody said something to somebody, because another beauty of officiating, Scott, we do like to talk, and we do like to tell people about their triumphs. And unfortunately, in the community, we're also going to make fun of you when something happens. So don't be.
And those video clips do manage to make their way out of the live bar somehow.
Very fast, too.
Yes, yeah. But anyway, there is great opportunity. This is a team. We are a team as referees. We are the professionals there. The players aren't being paid, but you're being paid, so you're a professional. So, we expect professional behavior, professional attitude, professional work ethic. These are some of the things that I think are really important if you want to become a referee. Passion for the game and love of hockey, obviously, that goes without saying. I can't imagine if you've never played hockey and you want to come ref hockey, why you would want to do that, because you wouldn't understand the game. But if you've played hockey, and especially, I'm a big proponent of guys that, 35, 45 years old, you played all your life, you still love the game, you understand it, you still skate pretty darn well, you're still in pretty good shape. Boy, come on out and try hockey. Try reffing hockey. I get it. It'll take you a year or two to kind of learn everything, but you got a lot of years left. You can work games. You still be a part of the sport that you love so much. How else would you be involved in like a Bantam AAA game? Like, wow, great hockey. Yeah. But these guys are going to the NHL. They are going to D1 colleges. They are going to the juniors. And you get to work and ref their games and be out on the ice with them and watch them develop and be a part of getting them there because they need you. And, it's very cool. What a great opportunity. We've pretty much almost taken an hour on this. And I
know it would.
I thank you guys that have stuck around. And, again, the replays are up on YouTube. They're up on Facebook. I suggest you go to YouTube. It's much easier to watch them and find the shows. It's refroom.com or youtube.com/c/refroom. Just Google Refroom. We're actually big enough now. People can find us by just Googling Refroom. The videos will show up there.
We're the top. Yeah, we're in
Yeah,
the top,
we
top
will
list.
we will come up in the top search position for that, I believe. So thank you all very much. I wish you the best in your referee careers. If you decide you'd like to join us, if you need more information, reach out. We're available. You can find us on social media. We do respond to stuff, and we will try to get you whatever you need to be successful. So with that being said, we are going to wrap it up from Chicago. Our referee in chief, Mr. Brad Baumruck, myself, Scott Smokin Silz. We do this every Monday during the season. We're still kind of on our summer break, but maybe for another month. I think by September 1st, we'll probably go back to weekly because it's starting to get busy. We're starting to work games. By the way, man, I had a couple great games. I worked Saturday night. I think it's the top 100 girls from Canada and the top 100 girls from the United States playing U14. Mm-hmm. I saw some really good hockey. I was very impressed. Boy, they can play. They can play. Start recruiting for your men's league team now because they're good.
Yeah. All right. Now that you've already tried to
saw some really good hockey
for your men's league team.
Yeah, well, since I'm back to playing after taking a sabbatical. But I will say, the coach at the end of the game, I guess she played 4 years at Notre Dame, and she was like, wow, that was awesome hockey. And I was like, what are you being sarcastic? She was, no, it was awesome. I'm like, okay, it sounded sarcastic, but I'm like, that was some great hockey. I mean, I don't think she saw that in 4 years at Notre Dame, believe it or not, playing, and she probably played some pretty good hockey over her career. So that's how good it is. So you have that opportunity to work your way up into doing these types of games and being put in those positions, which we need people. We need good people to do this stuff. So get in there, get registered, decide which way you want to go, if you want to try it or if you want to go all in. Either way, just do something. Don't just sit there. And with that, we will be back in 2 weeks. We will see you then from Chicago again. Say goodnight, Brad.
Good night, Scott.
All right. Have a great week, everybody. On behalf of the Ref Room, thanks for joining us. Peace out.